Tesla's $25,000 Model 2 is almost here, but the real revolution isn't the car. It's the battery. Aluminum-ion versus sodium-ion. One choice decides price, range, charging speed, and could shock the entire EV industry. Let's move to the first competitor, the aluminum-ion battery. 2026. Tesla Model 2. Aluminum-ion battery. The energy density. Elon didn't reveal. Can aluminum-ion really compete? Energy density is the first metric engineers and buyers look at, and this is where aluminum-ion faces its toughest challenge. Current estimates place these cells between 160 and 200 watt-hours per kilogram. By comparison, today's lithium-ion NCM packs in vehicles like the Tesla Model 3 or Hyundai Ioniq 5 sit closer to 250 to 270 watt-hours per kilogram. In real terms, that gap matters. A 50-kilowatt aluminum-ion pack would hold roughly 8 to 10 kilowatt-hours less energy than an equivalent lithium pack, cutting about 30 to 40 miles of driving range. On paper, that sounds like a deal-breaker, but the story doesn't stop at capacity. Aluminum-ion's real advantage isn't distance per charge, it's speed. Lab data and early prototypes point to a full 0 to 100% recharge in around 10 minutes. Compare that to Tesla's current Supercharger 5.3, where a lithium-ion pack still needs roughly 30 minutes just to go from 10 to 80%. Controlled testing makes the contrast even sharper. Researchers at the University of Queensland found aluminum-ion cells could cycle up to 60 times faster than lithium-ion, placing their charge acceptance in a completely different category. For drivers, this rewrites the math. Picture a Model 2 rated for 250 miles. Even if that's about 20 miles less than a Model 3 standard range, being able to add those 250 miles during a coffee stop instead of waiting half an hour changes everything. In the end, the aluminum-ion battery asks a simple question. Do you really need 300 miles all at once, or would you rather have unlimited miles delivered 10 minutes at a time? If you're wondering what truly sets aluminum-ion batteries apart, this is where the story gets interesting. One of the most overlooked yet decisive factors in any battery isn't range or charging speed, but how long it lasts. Specifically, how many times it can be charged and discharged before its capacity meaningfully declines. Today's lithium-ion packs used in Tesla vehicles typically manage between 2,000 and 3,000 full charge cycles. In real-world terms, that equals roughly 500,000 miles before noticeable degradation appears. That figure is already considered best-in-class compared to most legacy EVs. Aluminum-ion, however, is aiming far beyond that benchmark. Early projections suggest aluminum-ion cells could withstand close to 10,000 full charge cycles. That's nearly 4 times the usable life of a conventional lithium pack. Translate that into everyday driving, and the implications are staggering. A Tesla Model 2 rated at around 250 miles per charge could theoretically exceed 2.5 million miles before the battery chemistry begins to break down. By comparison, a Model 3 buyer today plans around 500,000 miles before battery health becomes a concern. If aluminum-ion performs as expected, a Model 2 could outlast not just one vehicle, but several ownership cycles combined. For a market that has long worried about EV batteries aging too quickly, Tesla isn't pitching aluminum-ion as a short-term cost saver. It's positioning it as a technology that could redefine what lifetime battery actually means. That promise becomes even more compelling when cost enters the equation. Aluminum is one of the most abundant metals on Earth and costs roughly 15 to 20 times less than lithium per ton. That single fact ripples through the entire supply chain and reshapes battery economics. Current estimates place aluminum-ion packs at around $60 to $70 per kilowatt-hour, less than half the cost of today's lithium-ion equivalents. For a compact EV like the Model 2 with a 50 kilowatt-hour pack, lithium cells would cost about $6,500 before assembly. Swap them for aluminum-ion, and that number drops to roughly $3,200 to $3,500. That's more than $3,000 saved per vehicle, almost entirely from the battery alone. Since batteries can account for up to 1/3 of an EV's sticker price, cutting that cost in half makes the long-promised $25,000 Tesla far more realistic, and in some markets, potentially even lower. Then there's range. Early estimates put the 2026 Model 2 at around 250 miles, slightly below the Model 3, but right in line with rivals like the Chevy Bolt and BYD Dolphin. For the average American driving about 37 miles a day, that's nearly a week of use on a single charge. The difference between 250 and 270 miles amounts to one extra commute or grocery run, hardly a deal breaker. What changes everything is charging speed. While 250 miles may look modest next to long-range EVs, aluminum-ion could recharge from empty to full in roughly 10 minutes. That's several times faster than a Bolt and significantly quicker than even Tesla's own supercharger sessions today. If those numbers hold, the Model 2's shorter range stops being a weakness and becomes a deliberate trade-off, where downtime is nearly erased. Before we go ahead, hit like and subscribe for more next-gen tech content. Why ultra-light aluminum batteries beat Tesla's heavy 4680 cells? Batteries are becoming the real battlefield of the EV industry. Headlines about massive lithium discoveries keep surfacing, including million-ton finds in China. But those numbers don't automatically put Tesla at risk. Inside Tesla's Austin labs, the company is already testing a technology designed to move beyond the lithium race altogether. That technology is aluminum-ion. Aluminum-ion batteries promise a radical shift. They are lighter by hundreds of pounds, cheaper by thousands of dollars, and capable of charging in minutes instead of half an hour. More importantly, they aim to simplify battery design in a way lithium never could. While lithium relies on complex stacks of materials, aluminum-ion uses aluminum itself as both the cathode and the conductive structure, reducing parts and mass at the same time. Tesla's current 4680 lithium cells are impressive on paper. They reach roughly 250 watt-hours per kilogram and deliver enough power to launch heavy vehicles like the Cybertruck with supercar-level acceleration. But they are still heavy. Each cell is wrapped in steel, layered with copper foil, dense graphite anodes, and metal-rich cathodes. The result is strength and performance, but also weight and complexity. Aluminum-ion takes a different approach. Instead of a layered assembly, the battery becomes a solid aluminum structure. Heavy metals such as nickel and cobalt are replaced with aluminum, which weighs about one-third as much. More than 120 kilograms of dense materials can be eliminated from a pack, immediately improving efficiency. Safety is another advantage. Lithium-ion batteries rely on flammable liquid electrolytes and require extensive cooling and protective systems to manage heat and prevent dendrite formation. Aluminum-ion batteries use ionic liquid electrolytes, which are non-flammable and remain stable above 200 degrees Celsius. This allows Tesla to remove thick separators, cooling pipes, and liquid coolant systems, shedding an additional 70 to 80 kilograms of passive weight. With fewer safety layers, more of the battery's mass is dedicated to storing energy instead of protecting it. Aluminum-ion also benefits from basic chemistry. Each aluminum atom carries 3 electrons, compared to lithium's single electron, allowing energy densities in the 200 to 300 watt-hour per kilogram range while using less material overall. Tesla is also rethinking how the battery fits into the car. Traditional manufacturers mount battery packs inside heavy steel frames beneath the vehicle. Even Tesla's current designs still rely on aluminum trays to protect cylindrical cells. Aluminum-ion changes that. Instead of stacking cells, the entire battery can be stamped as a single block using Gigapress technology and integrated directly into the vehicle floor. By turning the battery into part of the chassis, Tesla reduces structural redundancy and increases rigidity. Nearly 88 pounds of casing can be eliminated, cutting total pack weight by roughly 11%. That reduction may sound small, but it translates into additional range, space for more cells, and higher overall efficiency. The formula is simple. Less metal, more usable energy. A 75 kilowatt-hour lithium 4680 pack weighing close to 970 pounds could drop to roughly 550 pounds using aluminum-ion. That kind of weight reduction reshapes vehicle dynamics and efficiency without increasing battery size. Supply stability may be aluminum's strongest advantage. Aluminum makes up about 8% of Earth's crust and is vastly more abundant than lithium. While lithium refining is heavily concentrated in China, aluminum can be sourced and processed domestically. Raw aluminum costs around $2,500 per ton, dramatically less than lithium, cobalt, or nickel. Because aluminum-ion packs are lighter and require fewer welds, Tesla can save roughly $1,900 per vehicle in materials and labor alone. With U.S. bauxite reserves and steady imports from Canada and Australia, Tesla avoids overseas shipping costs, import tariffs, and supply chain uncertainty. Combined savings across materials, logistics, and manufacturing add up to nearly $4,700 per battery pack. That brings aluminum-ion pack costs down to roughly $3,900, compared to about $8,600 for lithium-ion today. This cost reduction fits directly into Tesla's plan to launch a truly affordable Model 2 priced under $25,000. With a cheaper battery, the effective price could fall near $21,000 before incentives. After federal tax credits and routine sales adjustments, some buyers may pay less than any Tesla before it. In real-world driving, the aluminum-ion Model 2 is built around American habits. Most drivers travel about 37 miles a day, so one charge could last more than a week. Longer trips are easier because charging is dramatically faster. Aluminum-ion batteries accept power up to 60 times faster than lithium, as ions move quickly between electrodes. Even during fast charging, temperatures stay stable, rarely passing 40 degrees Celsius. Charging does not slow after 80%. That means roughly 4 minutes to reach 80% and about 7 minutes for a full charge. Sodium-ion remains alternative. Elon Musk's sodium-ion battery for Model 2, 3 million miles at half the cost. Imagine a Tesla Model 2 priced around $19,779, charging in about 5 minutes, and designed to last up to 3 million miles without a battery replacement. That sounds impossible by today's standards, but it's the promise behind Tesla's sodium-ion battery. Today, nearly every Tesla still relies on lithium-ion packs. Lithium is expensive, increasingly scarce, and heavily dependent on overseas supply. Charging is slow, performance drops in extreme temperatures, and fire risks demand complex safety systems that add cost and weight. Sodium-ion flips that equation. Sodium is one of the most abundant elements on Earth, making it dramatically cheaper and easier to source than lithium. That abundance alone allows battery costs to fall by roughly half, turning the battery from the most expensive part of an EV into something far more affordable. Because the battery represents 30 to 40% of an electric car's total cost, cutting pack prices this deeply changes everything. For the Model 2, a battery that would normally cost thousands more can be produced at a fraction of today's lithium-based cost, making a truly low-price Tesla possible. Sodium-ion batteries also run cooler and safer. They don't rely on flammable electrolytes or heavy protective systems, which allows Tesla to remove bulky cooling hardware and fire-resistant casings. That further reduces cost, weight, and complexity while improving reliability. The biggest shock is durability. Traditional lithium batteries typically begin losing capacity after several 100,000 miles. Sodium-ion chemistry, by contrast, supports tens of thousands of charge cycles, enabling multi-million-mile lifespans with minimal degradation. In practical terms, that means a Model 2 battery that could last for decades of real-world driving, potentially outliving the car itself. Instead of budgeting for an expensive battery replacement, owners could keep the same pack for life, fundamentally rewriting the economics of owning an electric vehicle. Tesla's 2026 sodium-ion breakthrough is here. The details. Elon left out. Sodium-ion batteries aren't new, but what Tesla is testing for 2026 operates on a different level. Instead of roughly 250 watt-hours per kilogram from today's lithium-ion cells, Tesla's sodium packs are projected to approach 300. That increase means more usable range from the same size battery, a key advantage for the Model 2. Longevity is where the gap widens. Conventional lithium-ion packs usually show noticeable degradation after about 1,800 cycles. Tesla's sodium-ion design is expected to reach nearly 4,000 cycles, doubling usable lifespan and reshaping ownership costs. Charging speed is just as disruptive. Lithium-ion systems often require around 35 minutes to reach 80%. Sodium-ion testing points to roughly 10 minutes. With a 50 kilowatt-hour pack, the Model 2 could deliver close to 500 kilometers per charge. Temperature tolerance adds another edge. Sodium-ion cells are projected to operate reliably from extreme cold to intense heat, maintaining performance where lithium struggles. Cost completes the picture. With production costs estimated 20 to 30% lower than lithium, sodium-ion could push the Model 2 into the low $20,000 range. Sodium-ion could let the Model 2 go farther, charge faster, and last longer. The battery choice will decide if Tesla truly delivers an affordable EV for the masses. Which would you choose? Drop a comment and subscribe for more ahead of the curve content.